we go. What's good? What's good with y'all, man? What's up? All right, cut my shit. All right, man. We back with another episode of the Playback Reel, episode I think 16. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, man. We've had a interesting NFL week to say the least. This Eagles Chargers game has been ass to say the least. Someone's trying to hit on the under. That's what it seems like. And some of these niggas gambling, bro. One of these niggas gambling, bro. I don't care if it's alleged or not. You got multiple turnovers on one possession, bro. Two fumbles, one pick. Nah, bro. Somebody gambling. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. All these niggas gambling. Somebody gambling. But yeah, Thursday night football, we had the Lions beating the Cowboys 44-30. Cowboys, man, they gotta run the table. They gotta win out. They need a little bit of help too. It would help if the Chargers beat the Eagles tonight for sure. But right now, that's not a loss that you needed. It's a win that the Lions needed, though, even though they still sitting outside, the playoff seating. Sunday, 1 p.m., we had Steelers beating the Ravens. Isaiah Likely's touchdown got ruled incomplete, even though, say it again, even though the Steelers had a similar situation against the Packers, and it was ruled a touchdown. But for some reason, Isaiah Likely and being likely to score a touchdown ain't in the same conversation anymore. It's almost touchdowns with the Bengals game, whether it be this game against the Steelers yesterday, whether it be against Kansas City with the foot that was out of bounds. So yeah, Baltimore, like I said before, man, they cook. Even if they win against the Steelers, that's cool. It would help if the Steelers lost some games. But them niggas cook, bro. Plain and simple. Seahawks, they won 37-9 over the Falcons. They season's over if they eliminated from playoff contention. Seattle sitting pretty in that 1 seed right now. Tennessee Titans, they won 31-29 over the Browns. Crazy. This was actually one of the better 1 p.m. games. Obviously, Shadur Sanders, center of the story for the simple fact that on a 2-point conversion in a crucial moment of the game with your starting quarterback, for some reason you decide to do the Wildcat, which is already outdated in itself, with Quinshawn Judkins, with one of the worst play calls I've ever seen for a 2-point conversion. Shaduri did his thing, threw for over 300 yards, had a bad pick in the game, threw it off his back foot, evaded some defenders. Hero ball move, obviously, following the script and shit. But other than that, man, he did his thing. Cam didn't play as well, but his team did get the win. And he got one of the best incomplete passes by dribbling a dude, man. Dude was like on him, and he just said, "Get your bitch ass off me," and dribbled homeboy. Just throw the ball away. What made it worse was the fact that number 9 was sitting on the ground, had to have his teammates help him up after getting shoved to the ground by a quarterback, a rookie quarterback at that. So anytime this man has, I don't know if he got kids or not, but if they do, and kids act up and they see this clip, they gonna remember that shit. So anytime he like, you better take out the trash, they're like, "Nigga, I remember that time that rookie quarterback dribbled you, dog. Like, I can't take you serious. Like, it's over with for that nigga, bro. Like his kids can't respect him no more after that shit. Like that's not good. It's terrible. Awful, if you will. Both of those teams are awful. Neither of them making the playoffs. Dolphins, they won 34-10 over the Jets. Still in the playoff conversation. Do they break through? I highly doubt it. Saints, they got the upset over the Buccaneers. Seems to be a thing. Saints get the better of certain NFC South teams and things like that. Makes it hella close for the Carolina Panthers, who just so happen to have a bye week. Very, very interesting. And the Buccaneers have that upcoming game on Thursday night against the Falcons with divisional implications at play. So that is something to think about. The Colts, hold on. What the hell? How many turnovers is that? I'm losing count. It was already 6 in the first half. Like, what the hell? Like, this is ridiculous. I get you want to hit the under and all this other shit, but y'all got to do better than this. Y'all get more creative than just turnover after turnover. This is just sloppy. This is something I expect on Thursday Night Football. But yeah, back to the Colts. They lost 36-19, and right now, they playoff chances look damn near non-existent. Damn near, unless Phillip Rivers can save them or Riley Leonard or I don't know, they give up one of the daughters or some shit like that. It's not looking too good. Daniel Jones out with a Achilles injury, out for the season. Gonna have to have surgery. And it was obviously wasn't 4 plays in, but it was very reminiscent of the Aaron Rodgers where he was up for a second, then he sat back down. So it was very reminiscent of that. And it really sucks to see that. I don't even, I like shitting on Jones and all that and stuff, jokes and all, but you hate to see even him having a good season, even if it's real or fake, his season come to an end like that, and the Colts high ride just vanish just like that. And it's crazy because they was riding high. They seemed like they was gonna be one of the best teams in the NFL, one of the best teams in the AFC. And just like that, poof, gone. Obviously, they can still make the playoffs, but where the season started and where it's at now, yeah, it ain't looking too hot. Commanders, they got beat 31 to nothing by the Vikings. That is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Bills, they won 39-34 over the Bengals. Joe Burrow doing his best to not play for the Bengals. This time he might as well wear a Buffalo Bills jersey. 2 back-to-back picks. One of those obviously was a pick six. And the Bengals are cooked. I'm gonna say that again, actually. The Bengals are cooked. They are 4-9 because I remember last week someone swore up and down that the Bengals would win the AFC North while they were 4-8. So they cooked. They cook like they've been cooked. They always cook. They're the fucking Bengals. They gonna always be cooked. They're just certain teams that's always gonna be cooked. The Jets, they always gonna be cooked. The Cardinals, they always gonna be cooked. There's just certain teams, man. They cooked. Denver Broncos, they won 24-17 in this game. Shouldn't have been a big deal, but if you know what the spread was, 7.5. The Oakland Raiders got that backdoor cover thanks to the Broncos, or one of their defenders, should I say, doing some dumbass shit to set them up to stop the clock, mind you, so that the Raiders could rush out there and kick a field goal. As the announcers chuckled about this and said, "This might matter to some of you." I'm like, "Oh, you fuckers." As soon as I saw that shit, I immediately checked the spread. I was like, "What the fuck is the spread?" Because they run out the kick team. 4 seconds left in the game. Packers, they won 28-21 over the Bears. The Bears winning streak goes to an end. Packers climb back up atop the NFC North. Rams, they drop a 40 piece on the Cardinals, but I mean, that's like damn near everybody does that now. Texans, they got their 20-10 win over the Chiefs, and it is official, as official can be. The Chiefs are done. They are cooked. It's over with. Even if they pull some bullshit black magic and make them get to the playoffs, it is over with. None of that shit. None of that shit. They not gonna get high and go in the playoffs and go on the run and win the Super Bowl. None of that shit. It's over with. It's gone. You see, they not winning the games they won last year. Chris Collinsworth, as much as I hate him, he even brought that shit up. How they'd win all these close games, all the calls just seem to go their way. And this year, not so much. So yeah, it's for now, it's over with for the Chiefs. Over with. What's good, man? Could have went to the Chiefs game last night, but you didn't go after your Bears lost to the Packers. I was surprised by how many red seats I saw in that game Sunday night too. Like I was like, damn, is this a Chiefs game? This is weird. Like they still in the playoff conversation, even though they cooked, but 6-7 above the Dolphins. I guess that's a win. Below the Ravens, but they do have that tiebreaker. So the Eagles game got to be some sort of humiliation by both teams. They fucked up for having us have this bullshit on. Like, yeah, let's prime time game. Let's just get like 10 turnovers. 10 of the craziest fucking turnovers possible. Colts about to be in the same QB situation as the Niners were in the NFC Championship and the Broncos back in 2020. Yeah, that is crazy too, because the Colts are a team that doesn't like to rebuild, so they've kind of always been getting these fill-in quarterbacks because they couldn't find a franchise guy. The one they thought they had is made of glass apparently and can never be off IR. So yeah, that's gonna hurt you, man. You can only do that with certain teams that can get away with that shit, and even then, it's not stable. It's not gonna last forever. Because it just take one QB not to pan out of all them other quarterbacks that you've gotten through free agency. Knows how to flutter. Flag was stuck to the post. The left flag has some flutter to it. I know how loud that bitch was. That loud ass doink. I'm like, I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is specifically, but I feel like when I hear that doink, especially in the NFL specifically, it sounds like the crowd. Obviously, it could be EQs and shit. The crowd seems like it gets quiet as hell when that doink hits. Like the doink is loud as shit, and the crowd just magically gets quiet during that doink. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Caleb. What's good with you, man? Shout out to Caleb. You understand why they rush back Jaden Daniels? Yeah, you should have just let that nigga sit for the year. They ain't got nothing to play for real. So Kelsey needs to retire ASAP. Well, this is supposed to be his last year, so after this year, we ain't got, well, at least we ain't got to deal with him. Did the Ravens really let Rodgers run it in on them? You can't believe that. As bad as that defense been this year, that shouldn't be shocking at all. That really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Should have been 8 turnovers combined. That's still too many. That's like some video game shit. That shit you do in Madden, where like you throw a pick and then the next play they fumble or some shit because the game coding or whatever wanted to balance things out or keep things spicy. Assuming you got on simulation mode. So Tyler Shuck is him. I ain't gonna lie, he did a little bit better than I expected him to this year, but I ain't calling him yet. Nah, nah. I need to see more, man. I'm gonna need to see more than that. Saints Super Bowl 2027. Yeah, doubt it. Doubt it. So where's that butter on the ball? This game is ridiculous. Colts should trade for Kyler Murray. Why? Like I get they desperate for a quarterback that they reaching out to old man Rivers, who's got like 9 kids. Think he was coaching high school football and all that shit. I get they desperate, but Kyler Murray ain't the answer either, bro. And mind you, he got a track record of injuries too. Kyler Murray. Daniel Jones had a track record of injuries too. I wouldn't I wouldn't do that. And I mean, to be fair, the Cardinals are a shit organization, but Kyler Murray ain't the answer. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing how you get beat by the Vikings 31-0. That's embarrassing as fuck. But during the offseason, traded draft pick for Kyler. Yeah, I wouldn't trade for Kyler. Oh, you talking about the Chiefs. I assume you talking about the Chiefs. I really don't know. Chargers and Colts falling off. So the Colts didn't learn. Nah, man, that's a shame. They biggest thing though was the fact they didn't have they backup quarterback is injured. They backup is injured. Like you got to have some able bodies at some point. Like this is the one time where what the Cleveland Browns did don't seem like such a bad idea, having like 5 quarterbacks. Especially if you know you're a franchise quarterback prior to Daniel Jones getting there as made of glass. You should have got at least 2 of them. And ironically enough, last year Joe Flacco played for the Colts, and now would be a great time to have Joe Flacco. How did Hurts throw an interception and fumble the ball in the same play? That nigga gambling, bro. I'm telling you. There's no reason to do that many turnovers on one play. If you point shaving, all you need is one turnover. That's it. If you don't need the defense who recovered the fumble or the pick or whatever the score, have a nigga run out of bounds. Have him slide, do something. Oh, I thought that shit was about to get picked. And speaking of, where the Asian chick at? I ain't seen the Asian chick yet. Where she at? Where my future Asian ex-wife at? Where she at? He just over home want to cuss out the team. He looked like he this close to crying sometimes after some of these games this year. Like if they lose on Christmas, he might shed a tear. He just might shed a tear. 73% of the money line bets on the Eagles tonight. No coincidence. This nigga Hurts turned the ball over 3 times in a primetime game. So Georgia over Oregon and Natty. Yeah, I believe Oregon gets there when I see it. So what happened to AR-15? He hurt. That nigga always hurt. There ain't nothing new really about it. He always hurt. So if Herbert don't win a playoff game this season, you out on him. That man ain't got a lot of chances too. He got a lot of passes. Now it's to the point where the rubber meets the road, and it's like, hey, that first time we could give you hell, but first playoff game. That second time, we'll give you a pass. This time, motherfucker better not lose. A lot more deflected passes, been more impactful. The most deflected passes that were impactful was the year Jameis Winston threw 30 picks. There's a video breaking that down where 19 were on Jameis and the rest were not. Almost all those was because of a receiver either dropping the ball or a deflection off the receiver's hands. I think a couple were batted too. This nigga crazy. We're gonna see the Denver Broncos downfall for all these one-score games they win. Damn, y'all just be wanting everyone to have a downfall. Oh shit, that's funny. But yeah, I expected them to have at least one or two in this streak, the Broncos that is. Apparently that is not the case. They still winning games. Next week they got a big game though. Because they bringing this up about the Patriots. How a lot of the teams they played this year have been weak as hell. They strength of schedule 32nd too, which is dead last. It's funny because one of their losses is to the Raiders of all teams. Second one, Steelers. The rest winning. They done won in November. They done won all of October. Yeah, they ain't lost in September. That's the game I'm looking at though. As far as teams that got really good records and who they played and shit, that's the one I want to see. You don't know if it's a script or what, but these NFL QBs are so bad now. Part of it, well, obviously the script factors in, but part of it just overall QB play and development as a whole is just not as good as it used to be. It's the same thing we seen with basketball, or we saw with the Steph Curry effect, where everyone wants to shoot all these crazy threes and all this other shit and just get away from the basic fundamentals of, say, the point guard position or something. Same shit with football. Think about Dylan Raiola. That's a prime example. He idolizes Patrick Mahomes. He wants to play the same way. He diving on the floor or on the field 9 inches from the ground, sideways, parallel, throwing that motherfucker, tossing it, and you over here laying that. Okay, that sounds crazy. Pause. Tossing the ball to a teammate while you laying out on the field, like right before you touch the grass, like Joe Burrow did. Like people see this shit. People see Lamar Jackson hurling people and spinning around people. That's what they want to emulate because it looks cool. It seems more fun than just being in the pocket or just doing, the basic traditional Peyton Manning, Tom Brady route. And then 7-on-7, that's another thing hurting it too. Because it can only simulate real football so much. He said the coach would call TB12. That's funny. That'd be hella ironic of all the teams Brady would mess around and play for, even though that's obviously not coming back. But that'd be hella ironic. He come back for the Colts and take them to the playoffs. So Allen outperformed Burrow, unlike Lachote. Lamar has a winning record against the Bengals. Nice try. The Jets playoffs. Nigga, what did I just say about certain teams? What did I just say? Certain teams like the motherfucking Cardinals. Certain teams like the motherfucking Jets. They ain't been in the playoffs in 15 years. Why the fuck we talk about the Jets in the playoffs in the same sentence? They ain't show shit in the last 15 years to make you think they're going to go to the playoffs. Maybe that one time they got Aaron Rodgers, but other than that, they ain't done shit. No. Fuck no. The Jets are ass. Terrible franchise. No. Damn, bro. They not gonna win. That's the fucking Dolphins. The shit I'm talking about, bro. Okay. I was like, what kind of list you talking about? This some incriminating shit. What's going on? So they produce quality talent better than UT. All right, you got jokes. You got jokes. Colts are working out Phillip Rivers. Yeah, I know. I haven't talked about that shit. Yeah, they done. They done. And you know what really fucked them up was missing on that draft pick for a quarterback. That's what really fucked them up. Because it's crazy. Out of all the quarterbacks you could have taken that year, fourth overall, you picked the one dude who had 13 starts, who from high school to D1 shouldn't have even made it to Florida. From Florida to the first fucking to the NFL period, but to the first round. Come on, they did this to themselves. Had they have gotten a remotely better quarterback, not even a good one, just like an average quarterback out of that draft class, they would have been in a slightly better situation long term than this shit they in now. The Cardinals made the playoffs in 2021 and 2020. I think it was 1 year, but what did they do? Not shit. So again, they ass. Actually, furthermore, they have 7 all-time playoff wins, and they've been around since the 30s. Sanders could be in the Dolphins. Mm. Dude sold your parlay. I think that's probably one of the funniest things I've seen is that moment right there. Where it was like every bit of karma from all that shit Travis Kelce talked, all them post Taylor Swift years when he switched up on a certain group of people and decided to go with Taylor Swift. Or was assigned or whatever the fuck you want to call it. All that shit he was talking. Karma come around like a bitch, don't it? Bird on that booger sugar again, down. At that party with Michael Irvin. Said Mendoza gonna save New York. Boy, okay, first off, which New York? Because the Giants already got their savior. Who the Jets savior, bro? It clearly wasn't a Mormon dude, so it wasn't him. I don't know who this so-called savior is, but if Woody Johnson's still the owner, ain't no fucking savior. Are those 3 female owners making this decisions? Yes, all 3 of them are his daughters. So one of them, so the one with the headset is Carly. That's the one who's basically handles like all the football related shit because she's the one who's been around that since the early 2000s. Like that's the one that was kind of like Jim Irsay's like right hand. So it's like, hey, whenever I pass, you're gonna be the one that handles the football shit. The other 2 handle like charities and things like that, and the other aspects of the business that's not necessarily football related. But it's all 3, but she the main one with the headset that gets all the credit. because she the one that's on TV, obviously, and the one more responsible for the football shit than the other two. This nigga said the Cowboys going to the bowl. That's funny. Script writers want folks to keep saying 6-7 with KC's record being 6-7. Bro, there are other teams that got 6-7 as their record. And besides, that's only gonna last a week. Even if them niggas tied, it ain't gonna sound as cool. You can't be like 6-7-1. It don't hit the same way. So yeah, there's a few teams got 6-7. They do, and you they biggest op, Bird, and you know it. You the reason all them niggas getting hurt. Malik Neighbors, that's you, Bird. Scat Pack, that's you, Bird. Who else? Darts Concussion, that's you, Bird. Daniel Jones, that's you, Bird. See, it all goes back. If Saquon get hurt, it ain't the man curse, it's the Bird curse. That's your fault, bro. And I know you trolling. I know you trolling. That's how I know. LeBrie talking about the Cowboys before the Bills. That's how I know. That's funny. So no bigger team than being 6-7 than Dynasty Chiefs though. Who gives a shit? They 6-7. Who gives a shit? It's still better to see the Patriots go 11-5 and miss the playoffs. Cause it was a year where they didn't have a golden boy. It's basically one of those things where everything almost went good, so it made it feel better that they didn't get to the playoffs. So it was like, oh shit, you lost Brady for the year. What did they ever to do? 11-5, they still in the playoff conversation, but you came short. Came up short. Mm. Gotta love it. Bird, this on you, bro. That's on you, Bird. You the biggest op, man. It's okay. Just own, become the villain. Just become the villain that you was always meant to be. One day Red Hood had to become the Joker. Bird, you can go from the Giants fan to G-Op. It's okay. It's okay. Do I think Nick Saban could take the Jets to the play? Nigga, I know goddamn well this ain't a real question. No. What did he do in the NFL? What did Nick Saban do in the NFL? What did he do with the Dolphins? Were they a playoff contending team? No. Nothing could save them. Nick Saban was good in college. Just because you good in college don't mean you good in pros and vice versa. There's some exceptions to the rule, but no. The Jets are a fucking curse beyond all belief. Bird, the biggest bird. That was funny. All right, we got a 19-16 game with 2:16 left in the game. Eagles up. Thanks to Elliott, Jake Elliott, that is. All right, divisional standings. We got the Patriots 11-2, Bills 9-4, Dolphins 6-7. No point in talking about the Jets. I talked about them more than I fucking should. Pittsburgh Steelers AFC North 7-6, Ravens 6-7, Bengals 4-9, irrelevant. Jags 9-4, Texans 8-5, Colts 8-5. That's one of the worst things that could have happened to them. You lose to both Jacksonville and Houston, so the tiebreakers already fucked you right there. Obviously, you can win again, but it's not a clear road at all. You got Seattle, the Niners, Jags, Texas. Ugh. Yeah, that's not pretty at all. AFC West, you got the Bronx at 11-2, the Chargers at 8-4, Chiefs at 6-7, Raiders irrelevant and they done. NFC, we got the Eagles at 8-4 as of right now, Cowboys 6-1. The other two teams eliminated. The North, we got the Pack at 9-3-1, the Bears at 9-4, and the Lions 8-5, and Minnesota at 5-8. Somehow still in the playoff picture. Somehow. NFC South is down to two teams: Bucks 7-6, Panthers 7-6. West, LA Rams 10-3, Seahawks 10-3, Niners 9-4, Cardinals 3-10. What's good, Black Mirrors? What's up with you? Pats versus Jags in the AFC. I hope not. I don't mind the Patriots, but the Jags, no. I can't remember last time the Jags actually had an exciting team to watch. Even when they went the year they had Bortles and Saxonville, wasn't necessarily an exciting team to watch. The defense was, but not not the offense. No, but I couldn't put myself to watch Trevor Lawrence that many playoff games. I just couldn't do it. To the AFC Championship game, they defense good shit. That is, as it is to say, that's one of the best things that could have happened to the Texans. Is what happened to Daniel Jones yesterday. Mm. Oh, I thought he caught that for a second. So what Lane Kiffin do and if he got fired? Exactly. And then he went to college, made a fake alias, and was running through them college chicks. I can't even say allegedly because the proof has been out there for years. But yeah, that's why they call it the Lane train. Y'all think that's some football shit? No, it's not. No, it's not. Better look up them damn text messages. Lane got motion. A lot of these young quarterbacks are being more injured than usual. Yeah, because they run more. And then some of them obviously don't slide, some do, or some don't know how to slide. And they'll fuck around and get hurt sliding and shit, which is stupid to me. Get hurt sliding and shit. A lot of different shit like that. But the biggest one, playing hero ball, definitely gonna be the biggest reason for that happening. Dolphins players wanted to beat up Saban, because you can't talk to grown men who getting paid millions like you can a college kid. Even before they was getting paid millions, you can't just talk to them any kind of way because it's like, nigga, I got kids. Fuck wrong with you? Say Texans Bills AFC Championship game. You expect the Browns, Falcons, Titans, Bengals, and Vikings to resurge. You know what? There was a point where I would have believed the Falcons. If Raheem Morris is their head coach, fuck no. The Browns are the Browns, so they shouldn't even be on this list. The Titans typically shouldn't be on this list either, but they got a new stadium and they need to build hype up around Cam Ward and obviously get better teammates. Shit. Bengals, I hear that shit every year. That's their new thing. Ever since that Super Bowl losses, it's the Bengals year this year. Nah, next year Joe Burrow got hurt, so this year it's the Bengals, bro. When Joe Burrow get back, it's the Bengals, and every time Joe Burrow get back, they don't do shit. So yeah, no, it's the Bengals. The Vikings. The messed up thing is they are like a quarterback away. It is so fucked up. They are a quarterback away. Mm. The NFL got to promote their young quarterbacks. Every league supposed to promote their young stars. The NBA finally got the nerve to start doing it, but that's just common sense, bro. Like, if case in point, WWE. This is the case in point. WWE has been pushing the same names, the same people who in their 40s and some in their 50s and shit for years, to the point that when all of those dudes are gone, as if pro wrestling hasn't already fallen off, or WWE specifically, it's gonna fall off even more because they haven't been working hard enough to promote all of their younger talent, and they have talent. It's just the general population don't know who the fuck they are. Same shit that happened in NASCAR. We knew Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Dale Jr. They'll learn her all these names from the early 2000s, and even when they did promote them, they lack personality. That was the biggest thing about that. Now it's to the point since they don't have personality besides a select one or two, nobody knows and nobody gives a fuck about it anymore. Same shit if they never promoted young NFL players, especially quarterbacks, the interest would probably dwindle a little bit. It wouldn't be as, rapid of a drop off as say pro wrestling or NASCAR, but over time if they kept doing that shit, like imagine if every year they kept pushing. Trying to think who the oldest quarterbacks now. You got Aaron Rodgers. Imagine if he had, say, he played like some Brady year shit, like till 45, 46 or some shit. And they kept trying to push him as the face. Like how the NBA kept pushing a certain dude as the face who was way too fucking old. And he was winning too, my Aaron Rodgers, that is. People get tired of that shit after a while. Gonna book Night at Rumble or Zayn in Saudi. I've given up on LA Knight getting booked for anything big because they always put him in the spot to take the pin. I've noticed that shit as of late. Every single time it's around a big moment, the John Cena tournament, they made him tap out and shit. That's crazy. I get his gun. That's crazy. That's mad disrespectful. Actually, there's other ways he could have lost. Sami Zayn and Saudi for sure, because he Muslim and shit, so they'll eat that up. They love him. 56 seconds left. Herbert overthrows his receiver. 3rd and 4. I love how they always get almost in field goal range every time it's like a late game drive or something like that. They always magically get just within field goal range. See what they do. I think he got it. I don't know if they're gonna review it, but I think he got it. Would be surprised if they try to review it, but they don't. Nice. Here we go. Here we go with this overtime shit. Unless Harbaugh gets a smart idea to try to go for the win or something. Here come this overtime shit. So Lamar gonna do something to go to the next level. You think he will finally crack? Oh, I don't know. Even if he do, I don't think they will push him all the way unless it'd have to be like some. Honestly, he'd probably have to give up his mom. No other way around it. Really, that'd be the only way I could see him winning the whole thing. But he definitely have to clean up his image for sure. Like the typical shit that you should say about him. He'd have to clean that up. But yeah, he'd have to give up a whole lot, a whole lot. He might have to be on Carl Anthony Towns level with that shit. When he lost like 7 relatives in the span of a year, all from CV19. 2nd and 1, 21 seconds. We'll see. Thrown away. The biggest thing about that too is if he did, you gotta remember who his mom is in relation to his business aspect. That considered he don't have an NFL agent, that would open the door for that, which means more control and access. So that is the only way I could see it happening. Said overtime coming. Cat should have asked for a deeper voice. 7 sacrifices and not an ounce of bass added is crazy. At that point, he should have got a DLC of voices. He could have tried out a different one every day of the week. Every post game press conference for a week, he could have tried a different voice. That's what he should have asked for. One relative, one new voice. One day he gonna sound like Kevin Conroy's Batman. The next day he gonna sound like Bob Ross. The next day after that, he might sound like T.I. reading the dictionary. You never know. That's what he should have did. But nah, he got sent to the Knicks, which wasn't bad. But he didn't get no ring. 8 seconds left, 1919. Man, AJ Brown cooling. He like, yes, I get to pad my stats a little bit more. Said a Matumbo voice. Oh shit. Bro, they would never let him live that down. If the after all that was bad enough, they would never let him live down the Matumbo voice. Like they would say that nigga is a tall Yoda or some shit. Yeah, no. The internet would really be undefeated by then for sure. The MJ embarrassed him too. MJ don't give a fuck about nobody. I ain't surprised. All right, current AFC standings. We got the Broncos at 11-2, Patriots 11-2, Jags 9-4, Steelers 7-6, Bills at 9-4, Chargers 8-4 in the last spot right now. Texans 8-5. Right outside, you got the 8-5 Colts, 6-7 Ravens, 6-7 Chiefs, and 6-7 Dolphins. NFC, you got Seahawks 10-3. Oh, excuse me. Rams 10-3, Packers 9-3-1, Eagles 8-4, Bucks 7-6, Seahawks 10-3, 9-4 the Niners, and lastly, Bears at 9-4, Lions 8-5, Panthers 7-6, Cowboys 6-1, and the Vikings 8 in the hunt status. That's what I'm saying, bro. I hate when they do the bullshit games like this. Now, in saying this, I really hope they don't do what I'm about to say. I really hope they don't do this. The Cowboys have a tie on their record. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some whole shit and tie on the Eagles record too. I really hope they don't. I doubt they don't, but I wouldn't put it past the league to do some bullshit like that. Especially with a primetime game. It's the last game of the week. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried that shit. Who got taken the last 2 wild card spots? I'll start with not Baltimore, and I can tell you that much. Last 2, I'm not really too worried about the Chargers. Obviously not the Bills. Houston, they might. Yeah, they might fuck around and get that spot. Because as of right now, unless there's some jump between the 3 wild card teams in the AFC, I don't see Miami getting in. Kansas City, the tiebreaker situation. Baltimore, they cooked it a motherfucker. They hella cooked. I will say though that the one thing that does go for the Chiefs, they did beat the Colts head to head. Obviously, they got a couple games they'd have to catch up, but that does help. They drop a high school LeBron jersey, a rookie Cavs jersey, now 23 bubble championship gear, bubble boy gear. Mm. My guess is probably because he's about to retire soon. So it's like, go ahead, get on out the inventory. Said come in June and July, you prefer this is nothing. Man, after basketball season, it get rough, bro. It is rough. Only day of sports I look forward to is Sunday for racing. Cowboys and Eagles will end with a tie. So they recycle them every 10 years. Talking about them LeBron. That LeBron gear. I really hope this don't end in the tie though, but shit. These motherfuckers here, boy. That's what I'm thinking too. If I remember, he has a December 30th birthday or 31st. Let me see. Because I know the supposed big announcement this year, people assumed he was going to say he retiring. I'm like, nah, LeBron would make he'd make a much bigger deal about it than just that shit. Like, you gonna know. December 30th, okay. 40 years old. So this month he gonna turn 41. Next year he turn 42 at this time of year. Yeah, next season probably gonna be his last. I mean, that man averaged what 15 a game now. Yeah, we got one and a half more seasons of LeBron in the NBA. All right, Chargers got the kickoff. Let's see what they got. Helmet came off. Oh, you said that'd be Kareem's record of games played. I'm surprised he actually hasn't passed that already. Granted, in the last few years, he sat out a lot more games and shit, but I would have thought he had to pass that shit by now. Damn, they got Herbert looking like Michael Vick out here. The man pulled out that NCAA football playbook. He said, run that read option. '23rd game of the season. Of course, it's the '23rd game of the season. And I saw, was it the other night when Rui hit that shot, man? He was by himself celebrating for a second. I know he walked over to the bench and dapped some people up and shit. But man, oh man, you can see it. You can see it on his face and everything. The questions about is, were you the reason that he holding back Austin Reeves? Big run by the Chargers too. Eagles territory. Were you the reason Austin Reeves being held back and shit? He felt some type of way about it. Clearly seeing Luka take his spot as the number one dude on the team. Yeah, he ain't fucking with it. But nigga, that's on you. He got 60 games left. I wish he had 0 left. Fuck that nigga. No, I'm playing. Hmm. They better not do this shit where they kick a field goal. They done drove down the field so easy, and now all of a sudden they just, oh, we gonna kick. Be second and 8 minutes left in the game. Hmm. Decent hit. No gain though. 3rd and 7. Like all that shit that was working, they got y'all down the field so fast. All of a sudden, y'all just want to abandon all that shit. Mm, mm, mm. Who do you think we are? See what they do. 3rd and 7. Oh hell no. That nigga tried to run again. Number wins. Okay. Mm. I'm not reading that, but yeah. And they showed him earlier during that little charity thing. What's the Walter Payton Man of the Year thing? They showed Cameron Dicker. Yep, Philly got a chance with 6:24 left. Interesting. 6:24. Very interesting. So did any team fumble the OT coin toss? Well, you talking about like what's his name, Jerome Bettis against the Lions? They're like the biggest one they bring up about somebody calling the wrong side of the coin or something like that. Because I feel like they show it every year on Thanksgiving. Typically during the Lions game because the Steelers were playing the Lions. Oh yeah, if you ain't done it, man, hit that like button too. I be forgetting to say that shit sometimes. Smash the like button, RKO the like button, drop kick it, punt it, all that shit. Hip drop tackle the like button, if you will. Hit it in the nuts. I don't care what you do with it. Just hit the like button. It's crazy how nice SoFi Stadium looks like outside it and around it. And then you realize how much fucked up shit they did to build the stadium. It's crazy. Really, any stadium you see how maybe not all of them are nice, but a lot of the new ones they make sure everything around it and everything that extends out past it a little bit is nice. And then you go a block or two past that and you realize this location ain't shit. And they just changed all this stuff and you see how many people that got displaced, moved out, pushed aside, moved out the way, or they got priced out, whatever the case may be. Said I poke that like exactly, man. Poke that like button in the eye till it can't see no more. Like I can only imagine what it looks like in Nashville for that new stadium. I haven't been keeping up with downtown Nashville or anything that's been going on as far as the stadium being built or how it's affecting like traffic. But I know that shit gotta be fucking up traffic, all type of shit too, because it's supposed to be right next to the Titans Stadium. Nashville traffic as it is already hell on earth. No. And I could only imagine what's gonna be like when it's built and all the fans, everybody gonna be there for not even just say a Titans game, but for a say a Taylor Swift concert. Holy shit. A national championship for college football, Super Bowl. Just imagine how many people, because during the draft, when it came to Nashville, I have never seen that many people in Nashville in my entire life. I didn't even know that was possible. Looked like some shit out of New York City. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts got that Shamar Moore look on his face. He like, man, I'm about to score. But at the same time, I'm probably about to throw this game. Mm. And look who the pass the pass got thrown to. and it hit him in the hand. Add to the tragic. Add to the saga now. The AJ Brown saga. We just got a new chapter today. What the fuck? Can you make it any easier for him? I guess they did. Guess they heard me. The rest was like, you know what? We not gonna make it easier. We not. We gonna call that shit back. So it's starting to look better. Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about any of these. Just building new stuff. Period. Is that process in between where it's just ugly as hell. You just see all this dirt. You see that yellow netting fence. I don't know what they call that shit to let you know basically you ain't supposed to be here. That the cones, the way they got a detour trip, boy, that shit's annoying as hell. That shit living in Knoxville, I've lived through this shit my entire life living here at least. Of just nonstop construction, and wow, they still got the first down. Mm. It ain't fun, bro. Traffic trash. I bet for sure, cause I am curious. Threw that motherfucker in the window. But damn, got that penalty, and they still convert just like that. Cause remember what I said? They got to get them right around field goal range. Nah, the stream behind. Mm, right in field goal range. 3:28 left. Nice footwork too. So will the Chargers sell? This is typically where they would. Loft the hell out that shit. They get another down, but mm, these AJ Brown post game interviews about to hit like crack. Boy, oh boy, that's two on this drive. That's two. And then you add in he had a touchdown call back early in the game, but that's two. Try to do that one handed shit. Oh, I can't catch it. All of a sudden, 13 targets, 6 receptions. He still got 100 yards though, but mm, them questions gonna be interesting post game. AJ, you had that defender beat. Had you have caught that with two hands, you probably would have scored a touchdown. What was going through your mind when you decided to go with one? Just wait. Somebody gonna ask that shit. They gonna bring up that touchdown getting called back too, and they definitely gonna call up the one because you know announcers like to or reporters like to instigate shit. They gonna bring up the fact Jalen Hurts threw that pass where you could debate it was a little too wide, but at the same time, AJ Brown should have caught it. So it's gonna open the door for that discussion, and that ain't the first time this season. So it's gonna be an interesting offseason for the Eagles. 4 for 4. It's for all the marbles. All the regular season marbles. Wow, we do. Oh wow, we committing penalties now too. That's crazy. Mm. Oh wow, against the Chargers. On 4th and 4. How convenient. Just bailed them out. Mm, mm, mm. Like goddamn well, you didn't even need to jump like that. You don't have a home crowd advantage, so it's not like the crowd's so loud you can't hear. Boy, that's overkill, bro. As many turnovers as been in this game, that's overkill. That's really just overkill. Like, ain't nobody like who really gonna believe that nobody is gambling with a stat line like this? Let's see here. 4 interceptions thrown by the Eagles, one by the Chargers. 2 fumbles lost by the Eagles, 3 by the Chargers. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? These are Madden post game numbers right here. Turnover wise, at least. Madden post game numbers, bro. 5 total fumbles in a football game. 5. A professional. This ain't college. This ain't high school. This ain't middle school. A professional game. 5 fumbles. 5 goddamn fumbles. 5 ints, bro. 5 interceptions and 5 fumbles in a pro football game. Come on, bro. Come on now. Then when they pass AJ Brown, I think of the Broncos game too. That's the first one to come to mind. Cause you remember on the Hail Mary, AJ Brown basically he said, "Devontae, nigga, please, you ain't finna goddamn catch this shit. Only I can be the hero." Took out his own teammate. But yeah, this post game press conference is about to be very interesting. I will say that. Very interesting. And the door is still open for the Cowboys right now with the Eagles falling to 8-5. Mm, mm, mm. That tip was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. Mm. Well, there go the Eagles, man. I think reality setting in now for the Eagles fans. They like, damn, we ain't going back to back this year. We ain't the same team. We can't win with the tush push no more. We done. And they just now finding out. You was hesitant to bet on the Eagles. Yeah, they need the Chargers still in the race, man. Especially for that division too. Because Denver keeps winning, so they got to keep the Chargers close. Chiefs, we obviously know, they not winning that division, but you got to keep Denver and LA close. Excuse me. But yeah, Justin Herbert got the win on Monday Night Football with 139 passing yards. That's crazy. 12 of 26. All right now. If this nigga has his stat line in the playoff game, I'm just saying. He finished a playoff game like 12 completions, 100 something yards passing. I'm just saying. But they got the win though, man. I'm finna slide on up out of here, man. I have fun chopping it up with y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, all that good stuff. Yeah, last comment said Chiefs' chance of making the playoffs got way harder with this Chargers win. Absolutely, for sure. And the Broncos win too. That didn't fucking help either. But yeah, man, we out. Y'all have a good night. Say no to drugs. Wear condoms. Um, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but no means no. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, and watch